So welcome everyone. I'm Rochelle Wilhite, the designated broker at Best Choice Realty. We're live on YouTube again tonight. Tonight we have a special guest and he's actually one of us. He's a Best Choice Realty agent as well. So welcome Anil. And he has been doing real estate transactions, and we were just talking, I think at the contract negotiation class that Anil took. And I said, you know what, there's a real need for single property websites. Many of you had asked me about how do we create one? What do we do? And he just put some time around building this for us, and it turned out really, really well. So I wanted to have him launch that tonight. And I'm sure there'll be questions afterwards, right, Anil? So we'll have time for that. But I really want to just get a feel for how he built it, what he built it for, what is a single property website, so that you guys can get some education tonight about that. And then end with some Q&A. So not going to take too much of your time, Anil. I'm going to let you jump right into it. You might want to give a little background more than what I did if you want to start out with. So over to you.
Hi, my name is Anil Maladi. I became a real estate agent a couple of months ago, early this year, and I come from a technology background. And in my first transaction, I sold a home, my own home, and I created a website. And in that website, I attracted a lot of customers who had come to the home to see the property, and the website played a very big role in that. And after the sale closed, and I was talking to Rochelle about it, and she said, could we make this a website, a sort of a tool or a product that other agents can use? And I expanded on that idea and made it more user-friendly and the user experience in such a way that it become responsive in the sense that it works very well on the electronic devices that are of different width. So the mobile devices, and then iPad, tablets, and then the desktop, which have different dimensions and different needs in terms of user experience and the graphics, and the page expands and changes very fluidly. This website, based on the feedback, and when I asked folks how they felt about it, the main feedback I got was it's very clean, simple, and straight to the point, in the sense that there are no advertisements. It has all the details just about the property, and it's easy to see what's about the house that's being listed in terms of the videos and the photos and the description, and highlight what the property is about. And that has caused a lot of interest in the community and the folks, and they put that link and email address to their friends, and then it spread around. In this website, what I try to accomplish is to make it easy to use, and it's integrated well with the search engines like Google and Bing, and we can create it by yourself. So you don't have to be a very technical person.
I'm not.
As long as...
Yeah, I might have the real estate experience, but I don't have the technology experience that he has. You guys, he's very smart. So he was able to put something like together. So I think that let's back up just one half step, if we could, Anil, and just kind of explain what a single property website is. So first, just back up. So nwhometour.com, that's your website where they would actually go to build it, right?
Yeah.
So go back one half step, show them an example of what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So
this is a website that is a homepage, and you'll find details about what the features are and what services are offered. And if I jump straight to the website, how it looks, there are some sample websites here, and these are the 6 beta testing websites that we played around with Nick and Rochelle. So this is how the website looks like. We can put some pictures at the top called carousel. There's no limit. Typically, we put around 3 to 5 pictures. This seems like a full page view, and this sort of expands into a browser or an iPhone sort of view. And below that, we got the address and just the details about the property. These are the highlights about the house. And then when we click on the phone number on the mobile phone, it'll make the speed dial, it'll dial the phone directly. And same with the email, you click on it, the mail app opens, and so it's responsive. So we got pictures, which are again, it opens up, and then you can go picture after pictures. And below that, I think Rochelle's link has the video. I'll open that one.
What's nice about this is not like cluttered, like he was talking about earlier, you guys. He was not cluttered with all kinds of advertisement or Zillow information. It's very simple. It's what clients are actually looking for. They want to see the pretty pictures. They want to see the videos. They want to see the information about the property. And that's what Anil has put together here, is the video all linked up. So it's user friendly for just a ordinary buyer or seller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So this integrates well with the Matterport. There's a way to, when you create a website listing, you can mention the which Matterport you're using, and this would play right within the app. And you can also have a video. These are the pictures, and below that are the property details, which there's a one part of the top part of the property detail shows the special features, and then the exterior and interior. I broke it down into 3 different sections. We can have different ways if we choose to have features categorized into another buckets. Schools is one thing, the distance and the grade schools.org rating. We just have to provide the name of the school and the distance, and this is the location. And as a real estate agents, we are required to have the not have the blind listing. So we got to have our agent signature block here. And then how do we reach the Best Choice Realty Facebook or Instagram and things like that.
Very good. So really what's nice about this too, Anil, and this is why I'm super excited about it, is that, you know, instead of posting, giving other people attribution on, like, say, social media, like I have this waterfront condominium and I want to promote it and I want to drive the business to me or to my client. It's like you're bypassing all of this noise. Is that what you kind of have built here? Explain to me what the benefit of actually doing this, doing your own single property website.
So the website is focusing on the main intent is about the property. It's right. It's not marketing who created the website and who's listing it, other than just the requirements of it. So it is highlighting the videos, the picture, the full screen, high resolution images, and the property description. It's very clean, it's very attractive, it's simple at the same time. And for some reason, it is very appealing to all the folks who have seen it and said, let's go check it out.
Okay. Very good. So you can go back to your presentation. I'm sorry to jump in, but it's very nice, nicely done here. Yeah. You can see an example of how clean and simple it is.
Right. So this is Nick's recent listing that we played around with recently. And then this is the listing he had with the video. And the other one has Matterport. And this has pictures and videos. So you don't have to have all of them. So depending on what you pick, the menu on the top will change with home, details, video. Or if there's no video, this will not appear. It'll just be home, details, gallery, and location. So we got to have home, location, contact information. These are basic details that we would need.
Okay, very good.
Okay, so back to the presentation, we just talked about the advantages of having the website and how it helps. So I got some screenshots in the interest of time, how it would look like. I would do a quick demo, but also want to show you how the screen would look when you create a login for yourself and you see the dashboard. So the 3 listings when you, in this example. So one is an example listing that doesn't have the shopping cart, which means you can only view it and see how a listing would look like. The middle one, if you look at the status, is draft, means it's not yet made published, it's not paid for, it's not visible to everyone. You can put in the shopping cart and pay for it. Okay. And the last one is the paid one, which is why it has a link to published. So this is available in the internet, and as a user, when you log in and check out, this is how you would identify the dashboard.
So this would be like if my seller says, hey, Anil, I don't want to have let's see, Redfin. I'll throw Redfin a little bit here. I don't want to have Redfin's listing all over my website. I want to have my own website for my home. This is where I would go here to nwhometour.com and then create a new listing. Is that right? And then
That's right.
put in the details. Okay.
So when we go to the NW Home Tour, on the top, there's a login button. You click on the login, you create an account for yourself. And then when you log into the dashboard, I'll do a demo later on. This is how it would look like after you create a listing. When you create the first account, we'll see later on that it's going to be empty. And this is how the dashboard would look like.
Okay, great.
And the next slide here shows how the create listing page looks like. We see here that you got to fill in some details. We have, as in MLS, when we create listing, we know what to put in. The top section is required fields. Other ones are not required other than the email and the phone number and the agent image. So the price status required, but you don't have to have a Facebook and Instagram and Twitter account. The details later on I'll show you are not required, but this is how the create page would appear later on.
So I just make sure I have the right size of my photos. So that's a big deal, right? To make sure your photos are high quality. We don't want, low quality, right, Anil? How do I make sure that that's not low quality?
I put some of those details in the FAQs. The pictures, high quality, better it is. And it doesn't have to be big size. The resolution doesn't have to be big, but the quality of the picture has to be good. And we have to make sure that the pictures are similar height and width. We don't want them mixed up with different verticals and horizontal. It causes the slideshow to go up and down as it transitions. So as long as the ratio of width to height is 16:9 or 4:3, whatever ratio you pick, you're consistent. And the quality of the picture has to be good, not the size, is what I would emphasize.
Very good.
Yeah. So once you fill in the details, you come to the cart page. This is how it would look like. If there's a promotion, you would enter a coupon code. If not, you click on the continue button and payment happens here. We use Stripe to take the payments, and the credit card details are not stored on the website. It's only thing that's stored is the confirmation number, and every time you need to put in the details for the subsequent purchases.
Okay.
And you'll get an email with all the details. 2 more slides. So what we got here is the orders. This is an example of how the page, how many orders you have placed, how many listings you have done. As you can see in the first one, there's a promotion, so its amount is $0. The second one is no promotion. So with the sales tax in Washington, it's come to $21.99. And this is how the order looks like. You can click on the link and see what you purchased and what you listed. And finally, the last is how do you seek help? How do you contact the customer support if you have any questions? These details are in the support tab. You click on create a case and you fill in the case details, and there's a history of what you requested and how the customer support team has come back to you and answered and resolved it. And this is a way of communication to make it quick. The SLA is 24 hours or less. If it is faster, you can call the phone number. And at the bottom of this page, there are also terms and conditions. There's a privacy and code of conduct. These details are important because as real estate agents, we have to make sure that we follow the guidelines of MLS, and the pictures are what you paid for, and the liability and things like that. There's a detailed documentation on the code of conduct and the terms of the website.
Very good.
So here we got analytics. Maybe I zoomed in too much. So analytics, there's a very strong integration with how the website is linked to the behavior of our customers. So this is a report that I pulled for the month of June. There are 68 users, out of which 58 are new, which means 10 users are returning users. And this shows which part of the country they're visiting from, which city, how many times they visited. And this slide shows where they're visiting from. Is the traffic coming from a social media, or is it a direct link that you have sent an SMS and they clicked on it, or it's a search in an organic search in a search engine? This information gives the behavior of how the response is for your listing. This particular page shows the amount of time spent on the page, how many clicks they have done, how many where the customer has gone from one part of the page to another part of the page, which one is more, which part of the website, or which link is more popular, and the time spent.
So let me stop you real quick. So do I get, if I pay the, what was it, around 20 bucks, Anil, do I get the report, or how does that work?
So I'm working on getting this analytic reports directly fed into the dashboard, so that my plan is to write across dashboard order settings, there would be analytic details. So if your listing number is 112233, then these details will be pulled, like the number of hits happening per link. So for example, this has 103 visits, those only that listing details will start to show up. So probably I'm trying to get that done maybe in next 10 days or so.
I know, you're so fast. It's okay. I tell him to start developing this, and he's already got like the pages running and operating. It's amazing. So this looks good.
So finally, I want to touch base on why this is important. So the situation that we are in with this COVID, and we're in phase 2 in all 3 King counties, Snohomish County and Pierce County, with open houses being not happening and the showings have to be scheduled. Being on the internet is not an option nowadays. It's become a necessity with all these drum classes and school classes. Everything is online. The online presence is pretty much a mandatory for real estate transactions. Now, how you list is very important, because the first impression, as you know, in real estate is it gets the attention. So having a good marketing strategy and listing the house with the good images and having the interest in your clientele and the leads is what I think makes a big difference. So the benefits of using a single property page like this, I would say, is it's very easy to use. You can create it yourself. You don't need someone else to pay for and do it. It's very simple. It's very clean. It's straight to the point. You can share it in internet, on social media. We all have Facebook accounts, and returning customers, they look at it, they share to other friends and family. There's strong analytics details about the listing. It's low cost. It's 3 months listing for $20, and it's an in-house customer help. It's quick to get help, and if you need anything, I'm always there.
Well, it's nice. You're a Best Choice Realty agent as well. So we share in helping get these things off the ground, which I love. It's local. It's promoting local and having people to support the efforts that you guys are all working on together. So very nice.
So I'll start the demo. I'll quickly show you how it would work. So we go to the website. I mean, you're going to check it out anyway, so I don't have to explain what's inside.
So it's live right now. If you guys want to check it out, it's nwhometour.com, right?
Yeah. Okay. So on the top right side, there's a login button. When we click on it, I'm going to create a new account, and I'm going to create NW Home Tour demo. I created a Gmail account for that, so that we do a demo of this. Okay, so I enter my email and then my name, first name, last name, and then I click on the sign up button. And in the background, I got Firefox Engine, so I'll get an email. I just got an email at 5:49 just right now, and I get a code. So I take this code, I'm going to copy it, and I have to paste it here. I think you got 20 minutes to use that code, otherwise it'll expire. And as soon as you log in, the first thing you have to accept the terms and conditions. I mean, you can read it through, but this is pretty standard, and I've made sure that it is applicable, and things that are not there are I typed it in to make sure that we got what's necessary. So we have to click on you agree, otherwise when you click cancel, you'll get kicked out. So you accept. Now I'm in. I was explaining earlier, this is an example listing. Okay. We can click on the pencil icon to see what it is, the delete button, and then the preview button, like how it would look like before you make it active. So I am going to click on the pencil icon, and this is what it looks like inside. This is an example for you, like a guideline or a benchmark, or what you can refer to if you're confused or if you're not sure what happens. And let's create a listing. So I click on a listing, and listing number is what you would want to give it. It's recommended to put an MLS number so it's easy to remember, or I can say Everett Town Home, Everett Cul-de-sac Home. So you can give anything that it has to be string, a number or a letter. You cannot put like shift2 @ of things like that. This is an internet URL that you want to share it with somebody. You can say, go check it out. I have a new listing. So let's say I create this listing. What if somebody has already taken it? What is taken? So you click the check button and say, yeah, it is available. Most often I would use MLS number as the listing number. And let's say this is a Medina home. And I have some, to get ready for this demo, I have a details that I got here. So I would just paste the description. And let's say the price is 1.5 million.
That would be amazing in Medina.
Let's make it 6 million, 6.5 million. Square feet is Medina like 5,000, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. The address is 100. Let's put the address. I think I have it here. Once we're done, we're gonna take. So this is the address of the property, and this is my email address, and let's say my phone number. I'll show you later on. There's a page where you don't have to type every time. Once you create it, it will pre-populate it for you. Here, this is example is Best Choice Realty. And then I'll just leave the Instagram for now. So we have to choose an image. As I said, as real estate agents, we have to choose our signature block. I got
a signature block too, Anil. We can make your signature block. There's no cost to do that. Mm-hmm. So you just need to send an email to Lori. We'll get your signature block fixed. Otherwise, you have one when you joined.
Yeah. So when you click on it, that image gets uploaded. It'll show right there. And here we got some listing details about the property. Here I would add a little bit more. Say its basement is fully finished. Maybe on the right side, I would say views are lake and mountain because it's Medina. And then there are some special features about the house. So I'm going to add some features here. This is an example that it has air conditioning. I'm going to choose some of these features, and then I would put them here. We got some other example details over there. The school here is Medina School, elementary school, and high school is Bellevue High School. And the distance from where it is located. And I have an example Vimeo ID that I would use. So you have to have the ID of the video that's hosted in the vimeo.com. If this number, you will get that when your photographer creates a video for you. And the same applies even for the Matterport. So when the Matterport is created, you will get the listing ID, just like MLS ID, there's a Matterport ID and the Vimeo ID. And these IDs are provided to you when your real estate agent, when your photographer creates those.
Okay, very good.
So I'll show an example of how the demo listing is created. Let's say these are the carousel pictures. We'd have to just drag and drop them here. So what I would do is I would drag them and then drop it here. And it uploads the pictures, and then you can choose which one you want to be the first, and you don't want the example, something to be deleted, and you can make this the last picture. And the same I would do even for the gallery, and then say my gallery pictures, I don't want the example image. I would choose all the gallery pictures like this, and then I can drag them, and then I can drop it into the drop zone. So when I drop it, the pictures get uploaded, and I can pick and choose which one I want to be first and last. Then the continue button will take you to the review page to make sure that, did I enter it correctly? Does everything look okay? This is my listing ID. This is the price. Am I happy with all the modifications I've done? In the bottom, and I hit save. So it is saved. I can go back to the dashboard, or I can preview from here. I can go back and edit it, or I can start paying for it. So let's preview it. So when I click on preview, when the house is listed, when the website is listed, this is how it's going to appear. That this is a top page. I picked three pictures. The name of the listing is Medina Home. and it has a details video gallery because I put a Matterport and the other video. So this has all the details, and basement is fully furnished, views, and this is a video I just put from some other listing. Just for example, and this is a Matterport that you could play from here, and these are all the pictures of the property. And right below here is the property details. I entered what the special features, the exterior, the interior, Marina School, Bellevue School, the location of this. And since I don't have Instagram and Twitter, they don't show up. But if we would typically put the
Best Choice Realty.
Best Realty.
Yeah.
And this is my signature block. So I'm happy with this. I'll go to publish, and let's create a coupon code. Best Choice Realty agents can have a coupon, a first listing complimentary. And since we don't use always the Best Choice Realty, if you can send me a message on the website when you log in, create a case and say I'm an agent, so I'll get the ID for you. So this is the coupon code that got generated. So I would copy that. I would come here, and when I paste it, apply. Let's see, copy the wrong one. That's the Matterport ID. So this is the coupon code. Now the price is 0, but if I do a mistake, like put an extra character, then it won't apply. So once the coupon is there, then it won't ask you to pay. So right from here, the site goes live. So when you pay for it, now the site is done. So your website now is nwhometour.com, gallery 2344. This is what we chose. So when I click on it, now this is live on the internet. nwhometour.gallery is right there. This is stored in Amazon cache. It's around 300 data centers. It's cached all over the world. The load time for the web page is typically between 5 seconds or faster. And any modifications you do after you list, it typically takes 20 minutes. But for today's demo, I brought it down to half a minute. So if you go back now and return to the dashboard and you make a change. So for example, it's not active, it has become contingent or maybe pending. And then you make a change, it usually takes 20 minutes, but for today's demo, I made it half a minute. So that now if I make a change and then I hit the save button, then it should show up in 20 seconds or half a minute.
Very cool. Wow, you did a lot of work, my friend.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
So now when I go to the orders, it should show that here is my order. Yeah, this is a page that I would enter the Best Choice Realty. And this is so that you don't have to type every time. Okay. And I can choose my signature block. Let's say I choose Rochelle's signature block, and then I hit the save button. Now, when I go to the dashboard and I try to create a new listing, this time you will see that this picture picked up. So I don't have to type this thing every time. Okay.
That's in the settings you said?
That's in settings, yeah. So I can go back here and change it to some other picture, then it will change. Okay. You can come to the support case and create a case here. There are some required fields. You can say, I need technical help. It's a priority wise, listing help. Unable to save, for example. And then it'll create a ticket, and then you'll get an email, and then this is the ticket number. And when the customer support team takes care of it, the status will change and you'll get an email update. And so there's not much, going back and forth transactions when it comes here. Right?
Very good.
So when I refresh the page now, it should show. The status shows pending now instead of active. So it pretty much refreshes right away.
Very good. Nicely done, Anil. Very good. Nick, do you have some feedback? I know that you've tried this out recently on your listing. Can you open your mic?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'll say, if you're comparing me to either Rochelle or Anil, I'm like really dumb when it comes to technology. Those guys are so far ahead of me, but I had a couple of issues initially when I did the first one, and Anil was right there. He and matter of fact, I didn't even know it, but he knew I went on, and he went on and fixed some things that I didn't even know was wrong. So I've learned of it. I've done about 3 of them now with him, and I'm really happy with them. My clients just love them. Once I show them to them, once they're complete and they're on, and I think it really stands out. And I just I'll use it on every listing I have.
Very good. Thanks for the feedback, Nick. Are you ready for some questions, Neil? I think there's a few that came through.
Yeah.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
You nailed it. 6:01 right now. So
Yeah.
good work on the presentation, keeping it buttoned down. Shannon, go ahead and open the call if there's some questions. If you want to type a note, you're welcome to chat. I think there's a few that came through though. I've got one. Other than the link in the MLS, how do we drive traffic to these sites, Anil? Facebook, social media, posting there?
Right. So that's a good point. I forgot to mention. That's a good question. So in MLS, we got this virtual link that Nick used, and then what happens is when you put that link in MLS, that goes everywhere wherever the listing is in all the listing websites, Zillow, Redfin, wherever and when somebody clicks on it, the Google sort of indexes it, and the more websites link to this link, it gains the importance and being authentic. So it starts to show up in the traffic. I noticed that Facebook, Instagram, and Matrix virtual link is what causes a lot of deep links and referrals and causes the traffic and visibility. So I can show now that when I go to list within not list, when I go to search and let me get a full screen. And when I search for NW home tour, this is 1566. This is actually shows up in search because it's been there for a while. This is Rochelle's listing. I forgot. This is in the
Edgewood, yeah.
Edgewood. So this is in internet because it has picked up from Google indexing.
And it's getting a lot of Google juice, really, because we own it, it's based on the address and some of the keywords that we map that with, I think.
Yeah. So the answer question is Facebook and Matrix link should be good enough.
Okay. And then the other question was, can we buy some domain names? How does that work? Like brownspointhomes.com.
Mm-hmm.
That she already owns the domain name. Is there anything we could do with that?
It is possible. So I think the question is instead of nwhometourgallery.com, I think the question is if I want to go to auburnhome.com and you want this.
And they have that. They own the domain name, right?
You got your own domain. It is possible if that domain is transferred over to NW Home Tour as the manager, as the technical contact, then we will have the rights to host it. If it is hosted by somebody, then the technology behind hosting will be complex. Okay. So if you transfer the domain here, then we can do it.
Okay, so I'll just probably point that. So you might want to create an account, Emily, and then just send a message through the technical. Where do I go on the website again?
Create case in
create
the
case.
support.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Support.
Yeah. So just go through there. That way he can track your question. Create a support case, create a login and password. Peter asked, is Vimeo the only video platform we can use? I think it was Vimeo and Matterport currently. Is that right, Anil?
That's right. So I'm working on, I have some enhancements I'm working on. So the way that we are able to upload the pictures, I'm also working on uploading the video. So you don't have to host it somewhere else and pay for it. But when the video is uploaded, there's a little bit work involved in transcoding it for different devices to stream. It's in my roadmap of adding more functionality, but at this moment, it's only Vimeo for videos and Matterport for virtual 360-degree tours.
Okay, very good. And just so you guys know, I've compared what Anil's built for us right now, and it's like a way better. Some of these are really old, ugly landing pages or websites that I think are out there on the market. So it's a good price for what you're getting for the value of this. So I have tested that. Somebody asked about have I seen others that are like this? And yes, you could pay somebody $25, $30 to build this for you, but it just doesn't have the same look and feel or the branding that needs to take place here in Washington. Any other questions that came through, Shannon?
No, but I think this is a huge value that we can offer for any seller that is wanting this type of exposure. And it's supporting local, which is what we're all about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's nwhometour.com. That's right, to create a login and password. And if you have a listing, Anil, are you okay if I collect them so they don't have to look you up? They can just send me an inquiry and then we can get them set up with the website, get them a code for the first one.
Yeah.
If you want to send me an email, if you've got a listing, Anil and I work together to get you the code so you can give this a try. But I think you'll be very happy with it.
Yeah. You can create a login and create a case, support case that you're a Best Choice Realty, then you'll get I'll get that email right away, and then
Okay.
I can send that.
Get a free one to start out with.
This is Emily. Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Sorry, I logged on about 5 minutes late, so if you address this, I apologize, but I'm wondering if this is something that our photographers can dump photos right into it for us.
You'd have to give them the login and password. That's the only thing at this point, you know, your personal, because you abide by the terms of use, Emily. But yeah, I could see a photographer, you know, saying, here you go, dump it right in, but they would have to abide by the same rules and regulations.
Gotcha.
So at this point, no, you'd have to give them the login and password to your own account.
Gotcha.
Ben says thank you, and I'll say thank you as well. It's awesome that we have this type of talent here at Best Choice, and love the sharing and the collaboration that we've already encountered so far, and just want to take it to the next level. And I think that we can all do that by just supporting each other with our listings. So keep up the good work, you guys, and we'll talk to you next Monday. Have some good things planned for next Monday as well.